Beijing is just one city in northern China going thirsty. More than a dozen provinces from Xinjiang in the far west to Heilongjiang in the east have chronic water problems. To help us assess how dire the water situation is in northern China, we have Jennifer Turner from the Woodrow Wilson Center. It's a think tank based in Washington, D.C. Turner is the center's director of the China Environment Forum, and she joins us on Skype. Welcome to LinkAsia.
Thank you for having me.
Now, how dire is the water situation in Beijing and North China? I've read that 35% of the water is so polluted you can't even touch it. What are some of the other danger signs you see?
Water is China's biggest environmental problem. They don't have much water. China has about 1/4 per capita of the water of the rest of the world, and in North China it's even lower. And in terms of pollution, as you said, about 35% of the water is in the lowest three standards of China's own water quality. Shouldn't be drunk, shouldn't be used for industry, shouldn't be used for agriculture, but it is. I mean, farmers are often forced in some areas to just irrigate with industrial waste. They just don't have enough. In some cases, they don't have enough water, but water is also wasted. Water rights are with the state, so water tends to be wasted. Water is priced quite low. And today, in terms of pollution, about 300 million people in China can't access clean water.
Now, how about cleaning up what little water northern China has? What's the government and industry doing about it?
Municipal waste used to be the largest polluter of water. And since in the build-up to the Olympics and since then, they've done a lot better job in terms of wastewater treatment. Beijing is well on its way to achieving 100% recycling in the center of Beijing. But it's one of the few cities that really has a big water recycling program. There are still challenges, though, that cities do not always turn on their wastewater treatment plants. And the reason is that China has a lot of energy shortages. When cities are given a choice about whether or not to divert electricity to the wastewater treatment plant or to the industries that are producing products, it goes to the industry. So you still have problems with municipal waste, but also agriculture. China uses the largest amount of pesticides of any nation in the world. And agricultural runoff today is the largest polluter of water.
Well, and that's making me wonder, it looks like an unsolvable crisis. Is it? And what can China do?
It's a huge problem with multifaceted solutions needed. But I think that when we look at China, we often, in awe of their fast economic growth, 10% GDP for 40 years. We see them as entrepreneurs. But in the work that I do in working with government, NGOs, businesses, and researchers in China, there are a lot of eco-entrepreneurs in China. And the scale of China's problems are so huge. I mean, we've seen in the energy sector that China has become a laboratory for experimentation with new clean energy technologies. And I think that in the water sphere, there could be growing opportunities. But it's going to take a while, just like it is going to take a while to clean up that air in North China.
Okay, well, we will see if all of the effort that's been put into the industrial growth happens in the water arena as well. Jennifer Turner, thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
China is not alone in facing a water crisis. Asia's other giant, India, is also facing a huge water problem. The country has 4% of the world's fresh water, but it has 16% of the world's population. Cities like the capital, New Delhi, the business center, Mumbai, and the high-tech hub, Hyderabad, are expected to run dry in just a few years. Right now, 600,000 Indian children die every year as a result of water polluted by toxic bacteria. McKinsey, the international consultants, estimate it will cost India $6 billion a year for the next 15 years to ensure enough water for its people, farms, and factories.
Now on U.S. airwaves, a global channel of uncompromising stories. World news, documentaries, entertainment, and culture. Link TV, connecting you to the world. For more information, visit linktv.org.